Hi, I'm Phil, and this is my channel, Kick It with Phil, and I'd love for you to like, share, and subscribe so you can get that notification bell. Hey you guys, what's up? We're kicking it again, and I have a really good friend here that's been in this business, just an incredible actor. I like to call him Tri-Coaster because he's from Virginia, there's some Georgia down there, in California, Los Angeles, yeah? Mm-hmm. And you might have seen him on so many different things, but he has a recurring role, sometimes NCIS-LA, and also the web series Killer BAE. Give it up for my good friend, Joe Thornton Jr. What's up, man? You know, because of the we gotta be. How you doing, man? You've always been just an inspiration to me.
Really?
And I just no. You're down to earth. You're always trying to help somebody out. You know, you've always been trying to help me with my career and different things. You come out and support, and you just direct it. You just focused on what you're doing, and you're just down to earth. And that's not always so in this business.
Well, you know, I'll tell you something. I was thinking about this the other day, that if someone had told me in 1987 in Virginia Beach, when I was working in a hospital, I got my first corporate job 6 years after Taco Bell. I'm working in an IT department, and if someone had told me that I would be living in California in 2020 after 25 years, and as an actor, I would have told them, okay, I don't know what type of fortune teller you think you are, but you need to get another job. Yeah. Being an actor was never on my radar at all. It was never something that I thought I would be doing. I think what happened was one day in 1988 when I was in Virginia, like I said, same place in Virginia Beach, after a year working there, I figured out, okay, this is why I didn't do so well in college, because I don't like this career. But it pays good money, and I said, okay, but what can I do on the side while I do this so I won't feel like my life is just...
Wow, yeah.
So I took an acting class. I took an acting class at Virginia Beach, and
just randomly? Just
it was a newspaper. Someone left a newspaper at the office, Sunday paper in the office, and I just decided, okay, if I'm going to get away from this, let me find another job or something. And just look at the one ads, and there was an ad in the paper for acting classes. And I said, and then I was like, no. And then something turned back, and I was like, oh, okay. And it was right down the street from me where I was working. And I just dialed him up, and the guy called, answered the phone, and said he teaches down the street someplace, and he said I can come in and audit. I said, okay, I'll just audit it, and just to see, because I mean I was involved in music when I was a kid, and so I had a little bit of understand about artistic stuff, being in the arts. So that when I went in there and I took the class, the same feeling I had when I was in the band and playing music came back. Wow. And so I said, okay, I don't know. I used to watch a lot of television, so I know act. You know, I've been to a few plays when I was a kid. Yeah. This feels right. I don't know why, but it feels right. So I just stuck with it. And I was in between colleges at the time, and I decided it gave me the courage to go back to school. Wow. And I got a communications degree at Old Dominion, and I took an acting class and got an A+ out the class because the lady loved my last scene I did. Yeah. And I just said, you know what, I'm just going to keep doing it while I work my corporate job. And and it led to me going to Atlanta because I was facing a layoff, and I got a job in Atlanta, and it was during the time in the 90s to let me build up. And when I did that, I did do a student film in Virginia before I left, and that film won a couple of awards.
Nice.
Kevin McCoy, if you're out there, hi. My first director. It was my first film, anything. Wow. And I think for me is I just kept doing it, and I just kept doing it. And at the time, I was 24 years old, and when I came to LA, I was 32 years old when I came to LA. And back then in the 90s, it was one of those things that people thought that once you get in your 30s, you thought you were kind of over the hill, or it's going to be a rough ride and all that stuff. And now, thank goodness, you know, for some of us who didn't leave, like myself, I stuck with it. And I think it's just for me, it's about perseverance and just staying with it and not giving up, I would say.
What do you think kept you from not just throwing in the towel?
You know what? There was a period there was a time in 2003 I was packed and ready to leave LA. I had been here 7 years at the time, and I just said, you know what? I'm 39 and it's not gonna happen. So I was gonna get ready to move to Seattle just to stay at the West Coast, because I love being on the West Coast.
Yeah.
And get a job up there. At least I'll be near Vancouver, and I can jump over to Vancouver and just hang out there, whatever, and just live a normal life and so forth. Whatever normal is, especially now.
Okay.
But then what happened was I did a play. I did Soldier's Play.
Soldier's Play, yes.
Yeah, did Soldier's Play for Lamont Coleman, Rosemary Coleman.
Oh, I know them.
Yeah,
they produced one of my shows.
Yeah, for the what is it? The
Cossack.
Cossack.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I had a great cast that I worked with, and they just inspired me. All of them. They're still my friends to this day.
Yeah, they are so
And
lovers of Christ.
Yeah, they just kept me. It kept me here. It kept me here.
Wow.
And then 6 months later, I got my first TV gig, 8 Simple Rules.
Whoa.
Yeah, so,
what was that like, booking that?
Well, for me, it was great because number one, I got to work opposite James Garner and Katie Seagal, and I was like pinching myself every time because I was a fan of Married with Children. I used to like the Rockford Files back in the 70s growing up, and to be in front of Jim Rockford, at least at his age, was to this day is one you always remember your first.
Yes.
And it was in front of a studio audience, so it felt like theater anyway.
Yeah.
So it was stupendous, and I was working a regular job.
Yeah.
And so I went to work that week because I was off during the week, and I went to work that Friday and tell the guys, you don't believe what my week has been like.
Wow.
And they were all supportive of my job. They couldn't wait to see it.
They all watched it.
Yeah, they all watched it, and it made my grandmother happy. She's passed away now, but she made her happy at the time, and I became like a celebrity at home for a brief moment, only because I think that I finally did something that got to be seen.
Yeah.
Where everyone got to see it, and this lasted. There were some ups and downs in between. I've been in and out of agencies and so forth, but I can say since 2004 it's been a steady climb.
That's good.
And I've never been that ambitious anyway. I wasn't trying to be a star or anything like that, because I kind of know what I offer and what in this business and so forth. I don't come here with these preconceived notions. Now, if I was 18 coming out here, I probably would have. Yeah. But no, when you get to be a certain age, you just kind of know, you kind of stay in your lane pretty much, But you want to work because, you got your SAT card, you got to use it. And I don't know. Plus, you got to meet the right people and be around the right people. And there's a few actor role models that I look after, that I watch and admire their work, and I get to talk to them on a daily basis.
Nice. Do you want to name drop?
Well, I mean, a friend of mine, Rico Anderson, just did a episode of SWAT that just aired this past Wednesday, and he recurs on that. But he's done a lot of other stuff. He has a show himself that's on YouTube called The Lightning Hour, so with two other females. Christoph St. John was my biggest one. I met him in Norfolk when he was there visiting in Norfolk, and with Gene Cooper. And I met him. I got a picture with him. And I told him I was an actor, and I told him that I'm learning a lot from the business. He said, "Well, let me give you a little bit of advice."
Wow.
So he was very nice. It was nice, and when he passed away last year, that was just really took my heart.
That was hard.
Yeah,
that was hard for me.
It was hard for me
because I sort of grew up with him.
Yeah, I remember when he was in Roots. I remember this, and I didn't know who this kid was. I said, okay, but I wasn't even thinking about acting then. But he did a lot of other TV shows as a kid. He was always
and then that soap opera.
Yeah, and it just took him up, and now he's been, that's what he's known for now. But yeah, he was one. He was one of them, and then there was a couple of other people. I won't name drop too many people because I don't want to put them on blast. But there's another guy, Terrell Tilford, I'm a fan of. He does a lot of theater, and he's done TV. He's done the soaps himself. These are people I try to keep in touch with. whenever I can. I try to support them if they're doing a play or whatever. But there's a few other people that I
That's awesome that you even.
Oh, and another guy that's on my guy. I mentioned Rick Worthy. Rick Worthy. So when I first saw on Murder One, he was on Murder One, and we the last week when we were doing the whole election thing, because if you're taping this, the election's over, and I do a thing called Wine Night Friday.
Oh yeah.
On IG Live.
I gotta join you for that.
Yeah, you gotta come on and just.
I might come Friday. I don't know. I need some more.
Yeah. Come on a Friday night. It's online. It's totally online because the.
Tell everybody about it.
Yeah, Wine Night was just something I started when I was not laid off. I was in between jobs, and I was doing Postmates. I was a Postmates driver for a while, and on Sunday nights and Wednesday nights I would get a glass of wine. I didn't start drinking like 5 years ago, just to let you know. Okay. And I started drinking wine at Merlot wine at Laurel Tavern in Studio City. And what I started doing was, and this was from an past agent I had. She was worried about me not having enough internet followers, and at that point I was like, okay, so I gotta get followers now. Okay,
It's business.
I know, but then I was like, I'm not the guy that does this every 5 seconds.
No.
But anyway, I went ahead and decided to just write some stuff online, thoughts on my mind that I would write, and call it Wine Night Friday or Wine Night Saturday, just Southern edition, and talk about something happening during the week and my thoughts about it, pop culture, whatever, political stuff and everything. And then Rico, like I mentioned earlier, told me, Joe, you should put this online and make it a show or something. And I was like, Jesus, put this online. And so I went ahead and did it. And I did it back in March when the pandemic, and we couldn't go anywhere. It was quarantine. All the bars and everything was closed. And I said, okay, you know what? I got a glass. Well, I'm going to just do this. Then we'll try this out. And Rico was one of my first guests, and a couple of other people came on. Just, when you get on IG Live and some people request to be seen with you, and then they come on, and then we just talk. And
wow.
And so if you look at my IGTV, my IG page, and go to my IGTV section, you'll see a lot of stuff that I've done.
But it's the Friday nights.
It's Friday nights because, at least for now, it used to be Wednesday nights and just Wednesday nights, and I think I did Sundays, but because those were the days I was off at the time. Well, I had time, but then when I got back to my regular job, because yes, I'm the actor that still works a regular job.
Come on now.
And it's not just Jeffrey Owens, okay? There's a few of us out here.
Come on now.
I'm kidding about that, but I thought it was a stupid controversy. But anyway, so when I had to go back to work, Friday nights are the only nights, Friday and Saturday nights are the only nights I'm free now. Yeah. So I decided to do it on Friday nights at 6:30 Pacific time, 9 Eastern, and just get on and just start running my mouth, and people would just come on. Because it's set up more like I'm at a bar and I'm just sitting there drinking, and all of a sudden someone I see come in, and then we just...
Oh, just start talking.
Just talk. Just talk.
I want to try it out.
Yeah, just come in, just come on, and request to come on, and I say you want to come on, I'll bring you on, and we just...
I want to do it.
We just chat, and there's no holds barred, you can say what you like, just know you're online. Because we own cancel culture, we have that going on, so you just come on and just speak your mind, we speak our minds, and I was hoping to get some...
Friday night wine.
Wine Night Friday.
Wine Night Friday. Yeah, Wine Night Friday. Yeah. Okay, we want to do that.
Yeah.
We want to do that.
Yeah.
I always do this because I know that there's actors out there, and some of them, they come out here. Maybe they're young, maybe they're older, who knows? But they sometimes get so discouraged, don't want to do it anymore.
Right.
What would you just tell somebody?
Well, I would say this. The one thing I would tell actors coming out here is that, first of all, know what you want, know where you want to land. The second thing is, don't think it's going to be a 5-month thing of trying out for 6 months. 6 months in LA runs by very quickly.
Wow.
I know for me, I was in it for the long haul. I was in it, I'm still in it, and I'll be in it till Marla Gibbs said this thing, she said that, I'm gonna keep doing this till I'm like this. And I understand what she's saying, because I'm the same way. Because I've not only been an actor, but I've done a casting, and I'm also first AD on some people's projects I help out with. But if you're an actor and you come to LA, just know it's not gonna happen immediately. It might for some. Yeah. But also take this as the fact that there's a lot of luck, but if you're around the right people, you meet the right people. Thank goodness for social media, because now it's easy to get in touch with people. Just find people that you know that have the career that you want to have, and zero in on those people. Watch their work, watch their process. Maybe email them and tell them who you are, and they'll come back and give you some pointers, or they'll tell you what they did, and take it all in, and just dive in. I guess dive into it. Don't. If you're trying to be a star and everything, just understand that stardom is not determined by you; it's determined by if the audience likes you or if it receives you very well. We all want to have this impression of ourselves, but what you perceive of yourself, others may not. I never, like I said, I never came out here for stardom or anything like that. But I knew that I've been lucky enough to work with some good people. Nice. I've been lucky enough to work with some people that I admired their work and got to learn from them, and that's the biggest takeaway I can have from this. But like I said, I would say that to actors. Also, keep your hands on your wallet, because there's so many people out here that would take your money. Wow. For no, just because they can, and just don't sell yourself short. Just know what your talent is, and like I said, find role models and just deal with it. And you're gonna have it. It's gonna take some persistence. I've been in LA January will be 25 years. Wow. And it went by very fast. Wow. But but it's because I kept busy. If I wasn't doing TV, I was in class. If I was in class, I was doing theater. I was doing a play. Wow. I was doing something. Yeah. Even if it's like helping someone do self-tapes or whatever, reading or so, do something to keep your craft going. And that's what I would say to them. And don't get distracted. I mean, there's a lot of reasons to get distracted. So that was my big mistake. If I look back the first 7 years, I was distracted a lot. Yeah. And that should have happened. But when I was focused, when I got focused, things changed. So. And that's what I see you as: focused, humble gentleman, come out and support the other artists. Oh yeah, you got to, because I think that this whole idea that someone may be, that you don't want to tell someone things because they may take something from you and all that. No one can be you. You can't. I can't take anything from you. You can't take anything from me. If you could, go for it, because you're not going to see much here, in my opinion. But I just think that I don't walk with this idea that you don't want to share or information. Oh, they're going to get this. Oh, they're going to get because you might. Slight paranoia. Yeah, it's a little. That's why they say it's competitive, and I'm not that competitive. I don't think it's a career that you need to be competitive in. It's not like the NBA or the NFL. So. Yeah. I love it. But Joe, you've just been so awesome. We're going to put all the information down here so that people can follow you and just keep their eye on you. Google Joe Thornton Jr. and you'll find me all over the place. I saw that the other day. I was like, wow, I'm a little bit out there. You've been putting it, you've been putting the work in. Yeah. Well, Joe, I just want to say thank you for kicking it with me. Well, thank you for letting me kick it with you.